side of Channel 7 in Cairns at 1 p.m. today to read my statement on the action governments need to take urgently regarding the firebombing of the Synagogue in Melbourne and the alarming rise of anti-Semitism in Australia. Our PM's priorities are so wrong that he doesn't visit a burning synagogue but flies to Perth and has drinks with donors and plays tennis. Maybe he's elbow tennis is a bit of elbow tennis. It sounds like Nero playing the fiddle while Rome burns. Even worse, he denied playing tennis until caught by a reporter. One commentator called it a backhander for Jews. I call it a slap in the face. My wife and I are co-founders of Indigenous Friends of Israel International, and we condemn the terrorist act that destroyed the Adass Synagogue in Melbourne on December the 6th, as we were honouring the stand of Aboriginal people led by William Cooper against Kristallnacht in 1938. 86 years later, the Nazi Holocaust has reached the shores of Australia with the shattering of glass and firebombing of a synagogue with people inside, and destroying sacred Torah scrolls and century-old sacred texts and objects. This is a tipping point. A line must be drawn in the sand. The anti-Israel stand of our government and its weak reaction to protest has created an environment of encouraging anti-Semitism, terrorism. On the very day, December the 6th, that the Israel and German embassies in Canberra erected a plaque in honour of William Cooper, who stood up against the shattered glass and firebombing of synagogues in Europe. It happens here on our doorstep in Australia, a place I call home, a place that I love, and many, many Australians born and love this nation. This is our home. On the very day the United with William Cooper event in Melbourne released a statement to the Victorian government condemning anti-Semitism and asking for more action on social cohesion, the terrorist struck. We condemned the demonstrations outside the Great Synagogue in Sydney on Wednesday that left people terrified as they locked themselves in. We had visited recently that synagogue just before, 2 hours before the prior of that stand demonstrations, along with the firebombing of a car in Woollahra, Sydney recently, and the firebombing of the electorate office of Jewish MP Josh Burns. We demand to know when enough is enough, when the government will draw a line in the sand of this domestic terrorism. These attacks are designed to produce terror to the Jewish community.